good up here. Keep this really cranked right here.
Yeah.
Now pin your shoulder blades down and back. Now that position, just hold that. Keep this held, bring your knees here, keep cranked forward there, and now, what's the difference?
Oh, you got to hit me harder to move me that much.
So you see the difference in, Miles, what's it look like to his head position when he's cranked here and I give him a hit? What's his head doing versus before?
It's not bobbing or tilting.
Really?
Guys, the CTE stuff is not rocket science. Get him to be rooted from down here, stabilize the spine as a unit bilaterally, and then the head will sit in a better place. And by the way, the pulsing of the cerebral spinal fluid will come up and wash the brain. If you can make an adjustment on C1, C2, and it clears the brain of those toxic proteins, then stop looking at the head.
So how could I sit? I mean, this is like work. Does it become
That's
natural?
the exercise.
This is your exercise.
No, this is just the exercise.
Yeah.
But then I can go back to slouching.
That's correct, because, well, look,
You're training to slouch.
I got to be able to slouch.
well, think about it. I was sitting over here the whole time, kind of just
Yeah,
sitting
me
like
too.
this talking.
Yeah.
I don't think about how to stand, sit, or walk. It's
Yeah.
let's apply a stimulus to do this. So now put your hands together like this, like fists in this position toward your knees a little bit more. And now just sit up again. Shoulder blades can relax. Now squeeze your hands as hard as you can with your knees while you're holding this. In and out here. So release it,
Oh.
and then back into it. So this is like the sitting knee pillow squeezes, but at the same time you're getting the work at the primary.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll see us at these big events and I'm going, okay guys, put your hands on the European male bathing suit, which is already disturbing. Okay, like this, right? And then I say, wake up the king. And we're talking about psoas and iliacus being, not that they're one muscle, but I want to have a great relationship between those, one side to the other. Wake it up, because in most people it's short, tight, weak. And when it's short, tight, weak, then, oh, I have psoas issues, I have psoas issues. No, your psoas is short, tight, weak because it's trying to leverage itself differently because your pelvis is doing this on one side and that on the other. You're going to have different tone in each muscle. Well, the goal is balance. The race car can't be like this, neither can this race car. And by the way, this is the race car you can't replace.
Yeah. I've been actually doing the squeezes, right? And while you're doing this one, right?
Mhm.
While you're
In static back.
supine, right? And then just the opposite, where you put the belt and pull out,
Yep.
and then do this one.
Love it.
So those two have been doing, and then the side to side.
Those would be amazing, especially right after getting out of the race car.
It would be great. Yeah. And then, so I had a question though about the tower. In the picture that I have, it's got a roll, to increase the.
With your leg on the ground.
Like, so the legs up, but the roll, so the leg, the
One's down, one's bent.
one's down, and then you got a roll underneath the back
roll
and the
here.
neck.
That's supine growing on towels.
Okay, yeah, that's like too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
For you,
Yeah.
because I love it.
Really.
I
Like-
love it.
So like you just get a roll maybe like that much.
Yep.
And then
If
just
you
right
go to
like
YouTube,
L4, L3.
yeah, kind of
Just
mid
kinda
lumbar,
like
just
just
above the
lumbar.
waistline. But well, let's take those towels out,
Yeah.
and your legs in the bottom level of the tower. If I take you to the top level of the tower, I've now shortened the pull on the psoas at that point.
Okay.
So the progressive, each level, is the one that I'll be in tonight. I'll do about 10 minutes a level, and I can't do it unless I'm watching TV. So I get those glasses, I lay there, and then my back just starts to open up. I'll even do some pullovers while I'm in it, here, whatever it might be. But I'm progressively dropping in here versus you're straight out on the floor, arching the back with the towel behind your low back. Two different exercises. And
So if one of them also has the passive leg
The leg bent.
on the block.
yes,
Right. And so then that one's with no towel.
no, you can have the towel. The towel is either way, your legs are bent over 90 degrees and you're either progressively going no towel or you're bottom level with a towel.
I got what you're saying. I thought it was with the towel at every level. So you're saying, if you use a towel, you just put your foot at the bottom?
Unless we said to you,
Okay.
use the towel in there and go from top to bottom.
Oh, okay.
'Cause that's a third version.
So maybe that's
used
the
way
problem.
less percentage wise
Okay, maybe that was the problem then. It should be just
on the
on
ground.
the ground with the towel.
Yeah,
That would make more sense.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds
I'll
like what
check
we
it
need to
out.
do, boys, is get you guys up there to do the patch with us, and then
Oh,
we'll,
yeah,
totally.
we'll do the tower after or something like
sure.
that, Because that's essentially, On YouTube, if you just search Egoscue Tower, I have a video on there where I'm working with Carmen, she's on the ground, and it's about a 10-minute discussion of me saying, this is why, this is what we're going after.
Oh, that would be good, 'cause I was gonna ask that, what's the physiology?
Oh yeah,
of the
we're
tower?
releasing the psoas. We're releasing it from short, tight, weak, and we're getting it back to, remember, the psoas is lesser trochanter attachment. So go, move your boys out of the way, go all the way back to that lesser trochanter. When that femur starts to now be in it, hey wait, I'm not so tight, I can actually start to do a little bit of medial rotation because it's so tight, it's pulling me external. Well, now you're getting this inferior glide that direction and that rotation goes medial. You stand up, wow, wait a second, what? My back feels freer. Well, yeah, because the muscle that was
I feel
like
better
this.
just from sitting like that for like, what, a minute at the most, right?
Yeah.
So, your knowledge of the physiology and the pathology